It's got Irish immigrants, all deceived from Ireland. They came by the score through the gates of Clarence to settle on our shore. Work it was not easy, but they took it in their stride to feed and help their families here on Merseyside. The Irish Heritage Trail of Great Hunger, is that?
Yeah.
Great Hunger, 1845, 1852. The plaque outside the Clarence-Dock Regent Road is a site where many set foot in England. They faced religious bigotry, their culture and language suffered most of them spoke only Gaelic. Is that?
That's all.
So with that and trying to find somewhere to live, you can see what they were up against: poverty and disease. Like David just said before, get the pepper out.
Yeah.
I was never one of those. I was never one who threw sods at and all this.
Yeah.
I was never one of those. I like to hear the music.
Yeah.
I always did.
What I said was that when I was a boy, there was a lot of religious bigotry between the two camps. Like we've got two cathedrals, haven't we? But that seems to me to have sort of disappeared.
Of course it has. Yeah.
And yet, having said that, I used to play for my sins in a bagpipe band called the Liverpool Clan Wallace Pipe Band, and it had originally been an Orange Lodge band. They left the Orange Lodge, and there was no religious thing amongst us. Although there was a chap who had been a piper with the Irish Rangers, who was Roman Catholic, who came to join the band, and about 6 men left. They said they wouldn't send their children to a Roman Catholic school, and they wouldn't play in a pipe band with a Roman Catholic. Although officially the band, was just multi-denominational. So there still is a bit of an undercurrent.
I think you've got to understand, when the Orange Lodge is wholly Protestants.
Yeah.
That's the difference. If you play with the Orange Lodge band, you represented the Protestants. And in them days, it's changing a little bit now, but the Protestants, the Catholics used to stone the bands when we were school kids. And all, but that's all that stopped ages ago. But certainly in the 50s and 60s,
Yous were evil then, weren't you?
then it started. It stopped. But in the old days, when Orange Lodge band was marching, you'd always get a crowd,
They used to go the other way as well when the Catholic boys were there. The opposite view to that when the Catholics marched, they got stoned by the Protestants as well. Catholic boys there, so both were doing it. It wasn't just one against one.
The camp Protestants have closed over the years, and that dilutes it all, because in the old days, especially around Liverpool, the Catholic Church, there were all parishes and everyone lived in their own parish and you were identified as such. But now a lot of churches have closed now, of both religions.
Yeah.
And parishes don't mean as much as they did in the old days.
And you were saying?
Well, where I lived, it was the first street in Netherview Road, and when the Orange Lodges went past, all the Catholics had come up with their branches off the trees, privets.
As opposed to this bitterness between the two. Now people just go and see it. And I know people that go to Southport with the lodge who are Catholics, because they go for a day out. It's seen more social than it was religious bigotry.
Do you think it's the actual act of that march is like less political now?
Yes, I told you, it's a little bit. It's seen for what it is. A bit of pageantry. It looks very well when you watch it,
But do you think that all that has diluted because of the migration and moving time?
The older people have died off, and the beliefs don't get carried on. And as people become more aware of it, because the Battle of Boyne and King Billy and everything, a lot of it's myth anyway, so it's
not all of it is myth.
I think if you've got belief,
look into it.
You keep it within yourself.
Look into it.